Hello guys and welcome back to some more World of Tanks. Today I'm going to be showing you some games mostly in the Edelweiss. I'm going to give you a Tiger Shark one for the ending as well. I'm trying to free mark 3 different tanks at the moment. The Edelweiss, the Tiger Shark and the Nameless. I don't know why I've done it this way. I've started my session on trying to free mark tanks, and I've started with 2 of the most difficult ones. The Edelweiss and the Nameless are 2 very rare tanks. If you want to get easier ways to mark tanks, is to get a brand new premium and just try to free market as it's brand new, because obviously Wargaming set the marks rather than the players when the new tank comes out, so it's easy to mark them, and hence why you can manipulate third marks like that by getting them as soon as they come out, and then obviously pushing for the marks when they're easier. And obviously it's easier to mark tanks that are very popular, like the Tiger Shark's easier because it was free in the season pass, so loads of people have got it. I didn't even buy the season pass, I just got it because it's one of the free ones you can get for playing lots of games and stuff, and I just got it, and I've really enjoyed it, and it's obviously quite easy to mark because loads and loads of people have got it, and there's loads of people who are not all that great at it, at playing it, so the mark of excellence is a lot easier to get than compared to a lot of tanks like this one. And my first priority was to get the Nameless up to its third mark, and when I say got out of battle really quickly due to a bad game, I would go out in the Edelweiss and try to get that mark up. I've decided to, once I've got the second mark on the Nameless, I've kind of given up on it a little bit. I'm going to wait till +1, -1 is back, because quite honestly, it's just not competitive against tier 10s. I mean, that's always the problem with facing tier 10s and stuff in when you're trying to mark tanks. Yes, obviously, if you get a lot of luck, you can get some amazing assisted, and thus obviously get your mark up even further than normal. But also, you're gonna be outspotted by your friendly light tanks and mediums, and you can get 1 or 2 shotted by artilleries, TDs, and heavies on that tier 10. So yeah, it's not the best, especially with the Nameless. It's just not competitive compared to a lot of tanks. Like the Edelweiss is a lot more easier to mark, simply because it's a medium, right? It can do a bit of everything. Although the Edelweiss is not great because at the moment, because I've only got 6 or 5 crew skills on it. Well, the Nameless has got 8, so it's only got 1 more crew skill spot to do. And fortunately, this one not quite as good when it comes to crew skills. But we're playing against tier 10s, obviously, because that's all we're seeing really at the moment is +2 games. Unfortunately, we always seem to be bottom tier for most of our games. And I will show you later that being top tier doesn't always necessarily mean you're going to be getting lots of damage either. We have a terrible game, and I'm going to show you that later, just to show how frustrating the game can be. And this guy's just massively pushed up. We bounce the killing shot, right? He could have finished us up there, but he bounced, and we're waiting for him to push us, and he again bounces his next shot. So you can't rely on the armor on this thing. You definitely can't, but it's decent. It's got some chances of bouncing shots, that's for sure, on this thing. So yeah, definitely not the worst medium. A little bit power crept at the moment. I'm I am considering changing my equipment on this thing a little bit to help the Mark Z excellence and things. I think I've got optics, crew ventilation, and stabilizers. I think, but I'm not 100% sure. And we got one tank left, right? So we're going to try to get as much damage as we can before the end of the game. Try to get a mark of excellence up. He spots me. Of course, as soon as I'm spotted, he's aiming for me. I'm an easy kill. Might as well take one of us out before the end of the game, right? So, but we don't want to be taken out. We want to get as much damage. We get a shot into him. Even though we spotted him up, we're not going to get any assisted on this. Yeah, we're not best game for assisted. We actually get we got a bit of damage while the enemy's unspotted, so our damage is just over 3,000 damage, and a tiny bit of assisted. We came first in the tier 10 game. That's not bad, but not but does get our mark of excellence up a little bit as well, so that's nice. That's nice. Anyway, I'll see you in the next match, guys. Alright, back in the next game, and we are on one of the new maps. I forget the name of this one. But yeah, no artillery, luckily, because it's a big open map. That's one of the problems of this map. These new big maps, a lot of them are very open. And if you're playing World War II mode, still artillery in the game, so that can really ruin your day. So we're going to use our speed, try to just to see where the enemy is kind of going. See if we can get some assisted from spotting up the enemy. Probably taking a bit too much of a risk here. And there we go. On the move. When you looked at it, it didn't even look like the barrels even aimed at me. But that's how snapshots are very good at the moment. Unfortunately, ours didn't pay off, but his did. So not a good start, right? Not a good start. We spotted guys up. We haven't got any assisted. We didn't get any shots off, and someone gave us a bit of damage. In return. Not the best exchange there. We don't want to get hit by that guy, so we're going to pull back a bit. Let the heavy tank take the heat. But hopefully at the same time get some assisted, right? And there's also that glitch at the moment. It's happened before, but it's back in again, where you going to try to keep this guy tracked as well. So we're going to just keep hitting his track, where you stay spotted for longer. It's very annoying. Now there is a skill you can do to keep people spotted for a bit longer, but I highly doubt that that most of the enemy tanks have that, because I don't think it's a very used skill, even for light tanks. Don't see people see it used very often. And at this point, we get that light tank. We do a big old blob of damage into that Conqueror, but we don't get much. Still not got much of assisted. All things considered. That might have gone in, but I actually forgot that I wasn't using my premium ammo at this point. Most of the targets I've hit, I've actually penned, though, the way I've actually aimed my shots and stuff. That IS-3 really wants to have a go at me. I actually do not realise that seems to have gone through the top of his turret. It probably would have bounced anyway because it wasn't premium rounds, but there you go. We track him in place. Going to try to do that and try to get assisted, but again, just every time we track him, no one shoots him, and then when it's untracked, someone actually shoots him. So yeah, even though this is a good game, could have got a lot better if I had loaded premium, and you know, assisted. Should have got more assisted than I'd had. That's the frustrating thing with these marks of excellence is can be very up and down. Go up a couple of marks and then have a couple of bad games and you go back down to what you were before. Very frustrating, but it is what it is, right? So this guy is just not in a good position. We don't really want to sit there because we're not going to get any damage. I'm worried about getting hit right now. So we're going to try to dodge. There we go. Get duck bound. And this Conqueror that took out most of his health is suddenly back. And he pens us straight away. We've got to consider the fact that there's some TD still around. And I'm pretty sure they're going to be on the motorway road up the top there, like they normally are, camping. I can't really take the risk of going out there. I'm just going to get spotted and hit straight away. But this E75 doesn't seem to want to risk his tank at all, unless he knows there's something up there that we don't. So there's a TD back there, but he looks like he's behind those buildings there because I couldn't get a shot on him. This E75 is actually going for it, and again we low roll, hit his bottom plate, low roll, so he's on 41 health. Very irritating. Just still alive there, and then this T34 is up there. Might have been able to pen him if we had premium, but again, I'm still not realised I haven't got premium in. Go for the Polar Shot. Again, bounced. Probably would have penned with premium, as I will be able to pen this guy later with premium rounds. Again, that would have gone in with premium rounds. This, again, probably would have gone in with premium rounds. So we switched to HE to try to finish that guy off. I'm not sure if that was a Conqueror or the TD that's sitting in the back there. So we switched back to APCR. Wait for them to get spotted. And there he is. Unfortunately, hit his track, didn't actually pen his track. See, penned him that time. But only for... Unfortunately, when he is already pretty much dead, so we didn't get much from that. We are going to fail to get to this guy before it's all over. So, yeah, not bad game, but a bit frustrating when I realised that I haven't had premium ammo loaded. So that could have penned 2 or 3 more shots, I reckon. But this game does make my mark go up. So, it's not too bad. We came first, right? See you in the next match, guys. Alright, this is the bad one. I was going to show you the why it is. Yes, it's mainly dependent on your own skill and luck when it comes to marks of excellence, but it does matter how your team does as well, because this goes very badly very, very quickly, actually so quickly that I don't realise what's going on until it's a little bit too late. So we're all actually, they're doing the right thing here. We're actually going up to this corner rather than going down into the valley and just getting killed there. And again, this is, so we're bottom tier many games in a row. Very annoying, can be very frustrating because I'm not penning or they're taking most of my health off in like a couple of hits. And then we finally get a game where we are actually top tier. I'm thinking, all right, this is a good time to be able to get my mark of excellence up by quite a bit, right? There's someone down there. And take a shot, don't fully aim, doesn't pen. We got a Earth Shaker, so a Centurion. Actually get a shot in, damage his gun, he probably repairs. But yeah, we're using HE just to take him out because we can't pen him from this angle. Then he's using his gun depression. And unfortunately, HE has a tendency to miss as well. And then we kind of realised now that look at the teams. They've taken the cap. They're going to be coming up behind us fairly soon, and we're down to just 7 tanks, and we've basically got nothing. We've come, so we're top tier, and we've come face to face with 2 top tier tanks. So we haven't had a chance to farm damage from anyone. Our team's completely gone. It's completely gone. We've completely evaporated our team. We bounced that shot. I'm trying to, at this point, just eke a little bit of damage out before the end of the game, right? Else I'm going to go down marks of excellence. And we're just not penning that guy. But I think the enemy team has realised that it's all over for us. So they're just coming in to mop up, and it's going to be over very, very quickly. And we've only just killed 1 enemy tank, and that's a tier 6. And this guy hasn't even realised, but I'll get shot in the back by a Scorpion, and there we go. Game over. The whole team there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 or 7 tanks there on my own. That's awesome. This guy's got an AFK or disconnected. Quite annoyed, so I do actually report him. I know not the best thing to be doing, but just very, very annoyed at this team. I don't know whether he just gave up, to be honest. But yeah, don't do that. Keep fighting to the very end. So there you go, and you'll see exactly. I think probably one of the worst teams I've ever seen. I have seen a lot of teams similar to this, but I think this one takes the cake, really. So you run 15 tanks each side, and more than half our team do 0 damage. That's right, 8 tanks with 0 damage. Only 2 tanks with over 1,000 damage, and the one with over 2,000, he was at the back of the map. So he obviously had fun farming, while the rest of us tried to do something and got annihilated. So yeah, not just bottom tier for 3 games. Obviously hard to do anything. Bottom tier, especially when you're trying to mark your tank. And then you finally get a top tier game. You're thinking, oh yes, I am actually going to make my mark of excellence go up a fair amount in this game. But no, you get a team like that who clearly, I don't know, I say clearly, I clearly have no idea what was going on with that team. 8 with 0 damage. I mean, that's pretty tragic, right? So that mark of excellence went down a little bit from that game. Maybe 0.3%. But when you're coming to marks of excellence, that's quite a lot, to be honest. So we go from a bad match to an actually pretty decent game. This is on Mountain Pass. We're going to go to the JK line, which I think is probably the most important part of the map. You can hold the bridge with a couple of TDs. You can hold the ice road, the AB line, fairly easy with a few heavies. But I think this is kind of like the main part of the map you got to think about. And unfortunately, we kind of, I say unfortunately, well, yeah, it's unfortunate the rest of my team don't kind of like notice that this is an important part of the map. We could go here trying to encourage some of our team to go, oh, actually, let's go this way with this guy, because he seems like he knows what he's doing. So we come over here. We realise that there's not many people coming this way at all. So we're just going to sit here and see if any of the enemy team comes into our gun sights. We've got a heavy and another medium coming this way. And there's a big group of people still near a cap. Just don't seem to be sure what they want to do. So this heavy is pushing. I mean, it's not really a heavy, it's a Liberty. French heavy, so basically medium armor. And he's taking it, he's just going for it, so we're going to go with him. Now, looks like there is a guy up here. We take a shot, unfortunately miss. And there's a guy just over there, put a shot right into him. Nice bit of damage. This guy pokes up. I don't know how that flustered up, but it does. So we just forget about him. It looks like he's going to probably fall down to the basin. There he is. He's gone. And we're just going to try to take care of the atomic. He's a dangerous tank. Put a shot into his high upper plate there because we've got premium reloaded, and bounces that killer. Bounce the kill shot, and he pens me in return. So that's awesome. And then we realise that ISM is behind us. He's actually quite low health now already because he was fighting a TD. Luckily, we track them in place. That's very important. You try to do damage and track if you can to get the most out of most damage you can in these games. So we go back to the basin area. There's a light tank up there somewhere. Don't know what he's doing there. Really just holding himself there. He spots me up. Manages to bounce off my armor or my track. Eats it. But unfortunately, we don't get the shot in return either. Just seeing if he'll make a mistake. That light tank comes around the corner. Guessing he might try to finish him off. And then we realise that the majority of the enemy team looks like it's on the ice path. So we're going to actually drop down in a second to go for the damage, right? There's no point going for RT. We like killing RTs, but if going for damage, you don't get too much damage from artillery, right? It doesn't got much health. So we're going to go and push the and that guy finishes off our light tank. And now he's going to make a run for it. I mean, someone bounces off his track and we miss our shot. He's very lucky. We then bounce a shot off of him as well. Good old light tank's got the best armor in the game. And he's just ignoring us, luckily, because he probably would have done some real serious damage to us. We put him out of this misery. Very dangerous tank, this defender. We try to track him in place. Of course, no one shoots him when he's tracked. We try to keep him tracked. He repairs. And people are seeming to find it very difficult to pen this guy. Finish him off. So we did. Luckily, we did most of the damage there. Don't know what the rest of the team were playing at. Mind. Funny. So we just push. We're going to push towards the cap. There must be obviously. The dragon's killed himself. Nice one. So that's a bit less damage we could have possibly got. And then we T29. We bounce off his driving engine deck there. So yeah, that's great. We track him in place. Luckily we get some assisted from that. And again, bounce off his his engine deck, of course. So, I've just been must admit that caused me some frustration. Some of these games I've been having where I'm just bouncing shots that just should not be bouncing, especially with premium ammo. I should be cutting through most of these tanks. Don't really get assisted for that. I don't know why I didn't get much more assisted for that. Just the RT left, so we'll take the hit if we have to. So we pen. Misses. Unfortunately, don't finish him off. Someone else finishes him off. But there you go. Decent game though, right? That should definitely help our mark go up. But it probably make our mark go up to what it was before the previous game, where we had such a terrible game. It made our mark go down. This probably made it go back up to what it was. So a bit annoying that, but there you go. And we'll see you in the next game, guys. Alright, this is the final one, I believe. It's in the Tiger Shark. Now, I'm just using this tank when I finish my play session with my Edelweiss and Nameless, just for fun. But I'm actually getting, like I said, the more popular the tank, the easier it is to mark. I'm just kind of accidentally getting this second mark on this tank recently. So, like I said, I probably am after the Edelweiss or Nameless, either got the third marks on those or given up trying to get them. This will be my next on my third mark of excellence list, because it's just really good, and with so many people using it, the mark of excellence is quite low. So we've got. So this isn't really the tank to be the best to be spotting up. It isn't really set up for it. It's supposed to be an aggressive tank. Don't know what this guy's doing, just throwing his tank away. Lovely bit of free damage. Yeah, I've put this thing up to be a bit more of an aggressive damage dealer, because it is, to be honest. The only thing it lacks is ammunition. Very few shells in this thing. I haven't run out before, but I've been very close to running out numerous times of ammunition on this thing. Yeah, and obviously at the moment I've still got the one use repair kit and one use first aid kit, because obviously I'm not playing this to get marks at this point. So it's not the most competitive setup for this tank. So there's a T44, I think 100 or something up there. A medium, we're going to see him later, and that light tank shows up. Yeah, the Belafon. Yeah, it's up there. We're going to finish off this light tank because he's irritating me. We're getting outspotted by this medium as well, by the way. That's quite annoying. It's a Centurion, so he's a good tank, especially good hold down. Yeah, because of that Greek helmet on the top is extra spaced armor. I mean, makes it ridiculous, but it looks ridiculous as well, so hence why I've not got it, just because it looks awful. Yeah, I got this Tiger Shark for free. I would never have bought it because it looks awful again. Not sure why they keep putting these tanks in the game, but there you go. Unfortunately, we rushed that shot and bounce. But then we see this other heavy. So yeah, Dreadnought. Put a shot into him, and then thinking about reloading. See if we can get a shot into that Dreadnought. No, someone deletes him, and this guy backs up for us very nicely to get a rear shot into him. Now we've got a reload. Worried that he might take a shot at me, and then I realise he's actually going in the opposite direction, so we're okay. No artillery in the game, so it doesn't matter too much if we're spotted at this point. Yeah, the Belafon. Sorry, I don't know how to pronounce it. It is Greek. It's from Greek mythology. It's from a yeah. I believe the story is yeah. Sorry, I'm a bit geeky about. I watched a documentary series on Greek mythology. I'm quite into Greek mythology. I'm not well versed in it or anything, but yeah, I believe he's the guy that accidentally killed his brother while hunting, and he changed his name to mean something like he killed, like his name mixed with his brother's name, and the meaning that he killed him or something. Balaphon. So we get a bit of payback on that guy as well, right? So that's nice. And he should be finished. I'm gonna probably leave him now. And then, because obviously, unfortunately, because of the weird, ancient laws and stuff, obviously mythology, obviously a bit weird and random, right? One of the greatest sins is to kill one of your siblings or your family. So he had to change his name, and then went on all these tests and quests to try to stop himself from going to hell, basically. So he was a bit of a Greek hero type of thing. Hence why, one of the tanks is named. Well, I say hence why one of the tanks is named after him. Just very random. And yeah, we're gonna push up along here. Where we are winning the match. This guy, I have no idea what he's doing. There we go. He does finish someone off, I believe. So unfortunately, we didn't manage to finish him off before he finished one of our friends off. So the teams are, well, it's just about to say not too uneven, but they are uneven now. So we're just going to shoot in, right? Might as well play aggressively now. The game's almost over. Looks like a good portion of the enemy team is in the city area. At least half of them are. So I'll guess the rest of the team is probably nearby or trying to back them up, right? But no, he actually gets spotted here by the medium T-44-100. And of course, bounce that shot. Not really good. He looks like he's aggressively pushing me. He puts a shot into me. Unfortunately, we dodge a shot. We bump into him. It's not good because we could get taken out at this point. He's shaking his turret at me. We're just waiting for it to be reloaded. He could have finished us off, to be honest, if he just sat still. And there we go. I shake my turret back at him after finishing him off. So we are going for the last two guys. Probably not going to get there in time, right? So we might as well go for a reload because we're going to take a while to get there. Because the reload on this thing is just not that bad at all. So you can quickly get another reload off while you're traveling to the other side of the map. We're just waiting to see what tanks are left, really. See if we can actually get some shots off. It's not the fastest of light tanks, but it has a tendency to tip over as well. This thing is very tall for a light tank, and its tracks are very thin. So just light tank left. Presumed he might be over this way, trying to avoid those two tanks that are following him. Actually, is not. He's actually back the other way. So a decent score, right? Not bad at all. But that was partially thanks to that other guy, who we managed to do circles around. So there we go, victory. Nice fun little match after all the frustration with trying the third mark tanks. We got 4 kills, got a good amount of silver as well. We've got first class, and yeah, 1 game away from getting our second mark on that thing by accident. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Hope to see you soon. Bye.